Hello, friends. Welcome into the Eric St. Show podcast Patreon bonus. I feel like I did something wrong. Is everything right on your end right now? I see I got the normal crew. That's good. I just feel like I wasn't paying attention when I got this thing started, and I feel like I botched something. I don't know. Welcome, and hello to each and every one of you. Welcome to the show. I think I might have ruined something. I don't even know. I might even be on a platform that I'm not supposed to be on right now. Oh, I am. I'm doing this on Twitch. What an asshole. Well, what the hell? I'm off and running now. Well, anyway, Twitch, this is the Patreon bonus. This is where, okay, so that was an accident. That means that you'll see some of the things that happen that are so much different on the Patreon show than they are on the Twitch show, which is, well, I do the show naked, frankly. Hello to each and every one of you. Free show Wednesday, says Rebecca. That is true. Want to get into the story of the NFL football player, Philip Rivers. No, not everybody watches the NFL. I get that. But you got to love the idea of the story. The guy retired in 2020. And the Colts need a quarterback. And so hey, can you play? And he's like, I don't know, maybe. So now there's talk that he'll actually start. Now, this is a Hall of Fame quarterback who took it as far as he could, and then he wrapped it up. And his phone rings, and they're like, hey, we need you in an emergency setting. This is a press conference.
They've been very supportive.
The other day, talking about his family. And the first thing you might notice is, oh, my God, he looks like he's fat as shit. He always had a soft-looking face. He always looked that way. Somebody did ask him, though, how much do you weigh? He goes, I don't know. He goes, I haven't weighed myself since I retired.
They've been very supportive. You know, I think my younger children are most excited. I shouldn't say most excited. They're excited because they don't remember Dad playing. You know, my 6-year-old actually asked me like 4 months ago, like, Dad, why don't you play anymore? And I'm like, Hon, I'm sorry. Best you're going to get is me coaching on the sideline, you know, because they were seeing, you know, highlight or they're pulling up some, you know, old games. My boys are fired up, obviously, but I think share the same sentiment. A little nervous, like, Dad, you think you can do it, you know? And then my older girls are real excited because they're a little bit confused. They're like, shoot, I was 12. You know, some of them, you know, now all of a sudden they're grown adults, married, and they remember 16 years old going to the ball game. So it's been a whirlwind of 48 hours, I'll say. They've been very
okay. I'm all about this story. I just hope somebody doesn't like.
Wait, what are you waiting right now?
Okay, this is it.
right this second.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Sorry about that. A little ear read for you.
I want to ask you a question a little better on the plane away, Greg, and not what it was when I walked up the field. But then I'll follow that up with, I ain't never ran away from anybody anyway. Then people say, well, they're going to be right there. It's like, will they do that for 16 seconds?
Okay, I couldn't get all that. Just this bad sound. I think I've got a clip of him actually warming up. I thought he did. So that's a cool story. The fact that he's a grandpa. I just don't want him to be somebody to like hit him in the knee or something like that, and then he doesn't walk again for the rest of his life. Oh my God. Ben says more like fill up Rivers. Hi yo. Then he adds, I remember when the Lions did this with Dante Culpepper. Oh, my God. Yes, that fat slob. Who ate Phillip Rivers? I see Linda. Bob says, I'm surprised Brady didn't jump on being a starting quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if that was thought. I think that the Colts have a connection to Rivers. Like one of the coaches on there, too, guy who set up the offense, was also the dude that he played for on another team or something like that. But I think it's a great story. Whether or not he's going to play or not, they said he may start. He may start. I'm just wondering how effective can he be? I mean, my God. So, hello to the folks here on Twitch. As we do this show, the Patreon bonus, the world's number one tennis player is Aryna Sabalenka. And one of her competitors is saying that she's got high testosterone. This came up on a Tuesday appearance on Piers Morgan Uncensored. Marta Kostyuk, whose October interview with Tennis 365 caused a stir when the publication inserted a comment asking if Kostyuk was intimidated by Sabalenka and Iga Swiatek, and a response of different biological structures spread like wildfire, suggesting if you're talking about different biological structures, that's language of you say, yeah, I think that's a dude. So the first thing I think is important on the sniff test is to take a look at, just let your eyes look at it and let your gut tell you what you see. Now, I don't follow tennis, so I've never heard of any of these people, but I am interested in the idea of a dude playing a chick's game. And so let's totally jump on board and take a look. This is her right here. And from this right here, not only would I say, I'm just looking at the face. And this does look to be like a taller, bigger individual. But that face definitely, maybe it's a bad angle. Here's another picture of Aryna Sabalenka. And I'm not sure what is off here, but something's off. Something's going on here. And I think now it's starting to add up. In my brain, this looks like a chick who is a chick but has eaten a lot of testosterone. Just by face. Okay, less here. I don't know why, but to me here, I think it's the eyebrows. Here she looks like a chick. Here she looks like a dude. Now, I think that's maybe what we're talking about. This is the clip from Piers Morgan Uncensored. And in this clip, she definitely, in my opinion, looks like a dude. Okay? Now, she is the one without the hat. The guy with the hat on, I don't know who that is.
Some of your opponents, Marta Kostyuk, who is a Ukrainian tennis player, claimed you have a biological advantage. You're bigger, taller, and stronger. And she suggested this was down to your higher testosterone levels. What do you say to that?
That's so funny that we even talk about someone like Marta Kostyuk comments, but all I hear here is just excuses.
Yes.
And it's actually quite funny.
I wish Pierce would say yes, but you do understand you look like a dude. You don't sound like a dude, but I'm looking at you right now, and the guy next to you looks more like a chick than you do.
because she's a strong girl. She probably has more muscles than I do, and she looks much like she looks fit and strong. And I think that's not the case in all of the matches she lost against.
I think if she just changed the eyebrows, she would look like a chick. I think she needs some rework. Can you do that? Can you actually change your eyebrows? If she changed the eyebrows from that overly dark, sinister, she looks like that mad emoji all the time.
Against top players.
I mean, yeah, you kind of debunk that.
Okay, she looks like a girl when she smiles.
Like someone like John Isner or Ivo Karlovic
Kind
was
of.
a fair bit bigger than Roger Federer, but like,
Yeah, you're
that-
always going to
that
get
doesn't
physical
really-
differences between players.
I think that's
obviously.
not the key in
Yes.
sport.
I did like your response though, Arena. You responded by posting a series of bikini photos to your Instagram page,
Oh, okay.
showing off your
I didn't know
feminine,
this.
your
This is
feminine
crazy.
charm,
Okay. All right.
which I thought was a very, very, very
man,
good
that's funny
response.
as-
I don't know if it is.
I just
Oh, Piers.
wanted to make sure that she sees the real picture.
I'm uncomfortable with all of this. This is strange to me. Unbelievable. Is that an Adam's apple I see, says Chris. Is that the eyebrow chick from Dodgeball? Why does she have 8 miles of leg? Well, she got long legs. Chris says different biological structures. You mean a penis? Rebecca says, oh, hey, you're on Facebook right now, too. She's on the tennis show, Break Point. It's actually good, and I don't watch tennis. Hello to Chris. Bread Bull Brain Chris is here, too. He says, tough call, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked earlier in the day about Andy Dick, this terrible moment. And then this spot where the guy was like live streaming when it all happened, that was horrible. The guy tried to make it seem like he just happened upon Andy Dick. Andy is completely fucked up. Somebody else gives him the Narcan. And then he ended up not. That Narcan is something else. The fact that you can be completely OD'd, and then they give you Narcan, and then you're like, fine. You could be on death's door, and then you just wake up like nothing else happened. He did not go to the hospital. Now, I find this amazing. Andy said he's okay after his reported overdose. I can't imagine Andy being the type to seek out his publicist or somebody and make an announcement that he's okay. To think that you can be a junkie on the street and then you still have some type of, I don't know, sway where you can make a statement. Where does Andy Dick, who's probably been intoxicated or not sober more times than he's been sober in his whole life, what does he do? Does he just text somebody? Does he send it along to the New York Post or TMZ? Hey, I'm fine. You're far from fine. What a disaster. It's kind of disturbing. If you were to go back, you can see there have been numerous times where he has talked about getting sober, and he's made the statements of, yeah, I've got this many months behind me. I'm doing great. And he continues to fuck it up. At 59 years old, my God, this is a perfect example of when I say some people just never get it, and you just have to let them go. You just have to accept the fact that they are the walking dead. Back in 2016, Andy Dick told Vice, God, I would always say that I didn't have a problem with drugs and alcohol, but I would drink when I was happy, when I was sad, when I was anxious. Without drugs or alcohol, I was depressed, frustrated, angry. Honestly, it just stopped being fun when I was crawling around on the floor to find the phone, not able to dial because both my hands were shaking. Okay, fast forward 10 years, and it's still the same catastrophe. To me, it's a miracle that he's even alive, honestly. If you have him in a death pool, is that, you pick 3 people that are going to die in the next year. I always find those to be simultaneously horribly macabre and awesome when someone actually is able to pick 3 people to die in the upcoming year. He would probably be a hard and fast number 1 pick, Andy Dick. My God. Fucking loser. Maury, that's exactly what Maureen says. It's amazing he has lived this long. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to introduce you to someone who I think might be, as Chris says, we need a Deadpool for 2026. This guy may be the next recipient of a $1 million GoFundMe. We know how it is. You do something that is not a big deal, and becomes a viral story, and then the next thing you know, somebody's a millionaire. In a weird way, even worse is the chick who used the N-word at the Cinnabon, and she's got $100,000 now. But that's not what's going on here. This dude saw a 6-year-old walking to school in the cold, I guess, and
right now,
supposedly he walked her to school. The first thing that I have so many questions about this story that I'll kind of save. So his act of kindness, from what we're understanding, has gone viral. Now, I don't know what the hell a 6-year-old is doing walking to school, freezing cold on her own. But that is what happened.
6-year-old girl 10 blocks to school after finding her walking by herself.
I just checked in, and in less than 24 hours, this video has been shared more than 33,000 times. In the video, Joshua Threat tears up, saying he found the child walking in the cold without a hat.
His name is Joshua Threat.
Or without gloves.
But what's the story behind that video?
We sent 7 News Detroit reporter Peter Maxwell out to talk to Threat and get some answers from Detroit police and the school district.
He wasn't expecting to go viral, but Joshua Threat's Facebook Live video touched tens of thousands of viewers, and he says he would do it again for any child walking alone in the cold.
You out here walking by herself. How old is you? 6? Man.
That's 36-year-old Detroit resident Joshua Threat on Facebook Live Monday morning when he noticed a little girl with no hat, no gloves, walking alone in the cold.
She was walking up 14th. She was walking up 14, going to school down there. About 10 blocks, almost 10 blocks away. If I was cold, I definitely know she was cold. She had to be freezing, no doubt.
Joshua, a father himself, says he would do whatever he needed to do to make sure the 6-year-old got to her school. She told him it was Thurkel Elementary.
I actually thought about my youngest, because my youngest is the same age, so it was like, this shouldn't be, like, somebody need to be with her, to escort her.
Okay. You notice he has a jacket. That's a Huntington Bank jacket. Huntington, this is good. All right. By the way, look at these homes in Detroit. These are I remember these old style homes, super old. Those are fucking mansions. And in some of those old neighborhoods, those are being renovated, and they are fan-fucking-tastic.
When Joshua and the little girl arrived at the school, he said he made sure to tell staff at the front door exactly what happened, and that's when he broke down into tears.
She probably scared because she was walking for about 10 blocks.
She's probably scared because she doesn't know me. Stranger danger.
She probably scared. So many people just pulled up on that little girl. I'm so happy I seen her.
Thank you, baby. God gonna bless you too.
I'm so happy I seen her.
Yes.
Joshua says he spoke with the little girl's father after the video went viral.
It was like we had a good, nice man-to-man talk.
This is
Well, she's a little girl. I don't think you had a man-to-man talk.
heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking completely.
Tiffany Canty's children also attend Thurkel Elementary and says what Joshua did was a blessing.
We love you, Black King.
I reached out
That's fantastic.
to the
He
school
is a black king.
district and to Detroit police to find out if they were looking into the situation. DPD tells me their officers have been in contact with the girl's family, and they add that this is not the first time that this has happened to her. I'm told CPS has also been notified. The district did not respond back before deadline. I wasn't able to contact the girl's parents, but Joshua has a message for all moms and dads.
You got to make sure the kid's safety is first and foremost before anything.
Looks like Cade Cunningham.
On the city's west side, Peter Maxwell, 7 News, Detroit.
Okay.
I appreciate good people who just act on heart and do what's right.
Yeah, kudos to Joshua for doing the right thing in that situation, and got to bundle up those children.
I'm glad she's okay.
The whole neighborhood's like, we're glad it wasn't a white devil. No, if first of all, if a 6-year-old is walking to school all alone, if this was 1978, okay, because that's what we did back then. There I am. I remember back in my day. But yeah, that's remarkable. I think the mom and dad of the 6-year-old, or whoever's in charge, that's a problem. And if you're what's his face there, Mr. Threat, this is a big day for you. This your ship has arrived. Red Bull Brain Chris says no hat or gloves. That's screwed up. Yeah, this is. If you're that guy, now he may have just been faking it. I don't know. But if I'm that guy and that happens, I don't know if I would have gone live. You know, I probably wouldn't have done that. However, him going live like that is absolute brilliance. So at the end of the day, I'm happy that the kid got there safely. I'm happy that, you know, CPS will have a watchful eye on whoever's watching the kid. I'm happy for the dude. And now he's probably going to be a multimillionaire. That's how it goes. Everybody loves that dude. And he seemed like a cool dude. So everybody's like, yeah, all right, let's get on board. He's probably going to get laid. That chick called him a black king. Holy shit. Good for him. You're probably going to get sick this year with the norovirus. Have you had that one? I didn't realize that you catch it the way you catch it. Have you? Last year at this time, norovirus was a little bit more of a problem than it is now. More people had it. So when you get norovirus, you'll be throwing up. You'll have the runs. You'll have the chills. It's a bad deal. All right. Fever, body aches, stomach aches, throwing up, diarrhea. November to April. So they're talking about it. And there's been a surge in norovirus. So if you find yourself with, feeling sick, you may have that. So you have flu to contend with, COVID-19. Those are transmitted through coughs and sneezes. And norovirus is a bit different. You don't catch it from sneezing and things like that. Rebecca says she had norovirus on a cruise. Do not recommend. It was awful. By the way, back to the previous story. Bob says, plot twist. Dude who walked chick to school is on a specific list. That would be a plot twist. Thank you. Thank you for saying what I wanted to say but didn't know how to say it. Well done. Or didn't think to say it. Dr. Ross Newman, a pediatrician based in Oregon and a medical communicator on social media, is weighing in on norovirus. Spread through what is known as the fecal oral route. Quote, so stool to mouth. All right, so I don't know how many of you, okay, show of hands. How many of you take a dump and do not wash your hands? Norovirus is your friend, if that's the case. It says, but it's a pretty darn resilient virus, so it's not like you're licking other people's poop. That is a quote from Dr. Ross. Instead, contaminated particles end up on people's hands or surfaces they touch and can sometimes even spread through the air. So if someone takes a real raunchy one and they don't have the fan on, I'm guessing that that's a possibility. If someone who has norovirus doesn't wash their hands well after using the bathroom and then uses a towel to dry their hands, that towel becomes a carrier. Then if a non-infected person uses that towel to dry their hands, they can pick up the virus. My God. It can exist on surfaces for long periods of times. Blankets, gloves, clothing, hair, skin, or it can just be from filthy hands. It can also spread through contaminated food. If you eat food that has not been washed properly and is contaminated, you could get sick. This could be from a sick person preparing the food. God damn. The best way to protect yourself, of course, hand washing. You cannot rely on hand sanitizers necessarily because of what I was just talking about. And a quick rinse is not good enough. Hot water and soap. And you have to sing the whole happy birthday song twice, from what I understand. I don't think in my life once I have washed my hands even for one happy birthday song, even during COVID. Stay safe against norovirus. Stay home. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got hockey tonight. I hope to see some of you there. Bob says always wash, but George Carlin had a great bit about washing hands after going to the bathroom. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Nick writes, I eat ass. I'm immune to norovirus. Chris says, bah, ha, ha, ha. I was just going to make a joke about getting it from eating ass. Nick also adds, yay, I love working at a place where every rail and doorknob has 10,000 dick beaters on them daily, meaning the arena. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here on this Patreon bonus podcast that was made available also on a bunch of other places. Thank you to the Patreon folks for always being here. And the rest of you, too. We are shut out as of right now on the Great Food Giveaway for the day. Click the show notes of this podcast, Patreon members, or click in the show notes of any of my recent podcasts for the free members. And as we pass our virtual hat around for a Great Food Giveaway number 6. Thank you so much. Have a good one, folks, and bye-bye.